I had these wire nuts on here from before because I wasn't able to finish the project before, and so I turned the power back on so that they could still use their kitchen and know that these wires were not hot. Now I've since turned the breaker off, and I marked the breaker, and I know which one it was, but if you happen to forget, you can take a little electrical tester like this. Okay, it's got a little red light that comes on. Now I'm going to put one side on the white, one side on the black. Look at my tester, and sure enough, there's no power to it. Okay, so before I do anything, I've got to strip this off further because I'm going to put these wires on the side of the electrical outlet, right? Okay, so I want about an inch here. And if you need to, you can get your tape measure out and measure that. That looks pretty good. You've got to have about that much because when you curl it over the screw, you want it to come out the other side far enough so that you can pinch it over. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to curly cue up all three of these, and usually on a little set of wire strippers you're going to see little holes here. Okay, that's where you can put your wire. Okay, so I'm going to put the wire in there about 1/8 of an inch and turn it up. The wire in 1/8 of an inch or so and turn it up and look at that and see if that's the right amount. If I need to, I can put it back in there and tweak it a little bit more, bend it out, whatever. After a while, you'll get pretty good at this. I'm going to put it in about 1/8 of an inch and turn it up. Okay, just like that. All right, that's what your project's going to look like so far. Now, do you think you can do this? I think you can. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so I usually, at this point, if you got more wires than that, what you want is you want your ground wire at the bottom left, your white wire coming up to the top left, and your black wire, if the white's top left, the black wire can be up at the top right, whatever. Okay, and because I'm right-handed, I'm just going to push these out of the way, and I always start with the ground first, and I just kind of bend it like that, and I'm going to fish it underneath that screw. Might have to put a little tweak in it, put it under there, and slide it around, and there's a little goodie on the side of it where it can fit. Now I take my strippers and crimp it down. You want that wire to go the same direction that you're going to tighten this up. Okay. So far so good. Now I just leave it that way, and I do the white wire next, even though that the electrical outlet is upside down. Because I'm right-handed, I like to hold everything in my left hand. So now I'm going to do the same thing here and stick it underneath that screw. And sometimes, if you don't have the screw out far enough, it might be kind of hard to do that. Once you get it, go in the same direction as the screw. So underneath and up over, I'm just going to take the wire, kind of pull it down this way, hold it with my hand like that, and I'm going to pinch the end over. That's why you've got to have enough of that stripped. You don't want too much stripped because it comes out way back on the back side. There's no need for that. Okay, now I can tighten that screw up. Simple enough, huh? Now you're going to take that and I just turn it up. If you're left-handed, you might want to slightly do this a different way, but because I'm right-handed, this is how I do it, okay? So now I can pull it this way, hold this over here, and do the same thing. With the black, I'm going to pull it over like that, crimp the tip, and you may have to adjust it so you can get your snips in there. So I'm going to have to push it a little bit, hold it out a little bit. There. Almost didn't have it long enough, or I didn't have the side screw out far enough to grab it, okay? Tighten that up. I got nice tight connections on that electrical outlet now, and that's what your project's going to look like so far, okay? Just like that. Now we've got to push this in. How are we going to do that properly? We can't just smash it all in there. There's a rhyme and reason to it. And if you got an outlet that has 3 sets of wires in there, you got to do it just right, because you may have some wire nuts back there. In this case, this box is pretty easy because we ran the power from another cut-in box that we did earlier. We fished it up here, and we only got 1 set of wires here. That's all, because we only needed enough wire to hook this up. We're not going out of this box anywhere else, so that's why there's only 1 set of wires here. Nice and easy.